Let me bring in Texas Congressman August Pfluger. He's a member of the Homeland Security, Energy, and Commerce Committee. Congressman, the woman's story is so upsetting. She lost two sons because they were poisoned by fentanyl. And when the president was first asked about this, here's how he reacted. Watch.
Isn't she amazing? Oof. She was very specific recently, saying that a poor mother who lost two kids to fentanyl, that I killed her sons. The interesting thing is that fentanyl they took came during the last administration. Anyway, I don't want to get started.
Extraordinary, Congressman. Your reaction?
Well, Maria, it's one more incident in the Biden administration's completely out-of-touch approach to the problems in America. I had the chance to talk with Ms. Kiesling. Her story is heartbreaking. Our heart goes out to her. Prayers are with her, but they're also with 110,000 other people in this country. And it doesn't matter if that happened during the last administration. We have a problem right now that is of epic proportions. And what she said to me is, why has nothing been done? And that's the question that we've been asking for the last 2 years. That's why we have the gavel now. That's why Speaker McCarthy is leading the Republicans in Congress. That's why we're doing what we said we would do, which is get to the bottom of this. I've already been to the border. We've invited our Democrat colleagues to go, and yet they still refuse to acknowledge what fentanyl and human trafficking are doing to our communities. And then you see the president laughing about it. This is no laughing matter. We're taking it seriously, and I can promise any community that's dealt with this, we're on your side, and we're going to get to the bottom of this and hold the Democrat machine accountable.
Well, the president continues to push through his climate change agenda. He is expected to veto this latest bill, which kills the ESG investment rule in retirement funds, Congressman. The GOP says, look, you know, the fiduciary is supposed to be making money for investors the way that it sees fit and not be forced to invest in ESG. But the administration is expecting Joe Biden to veto that. Well,
he's got a choice. I mean, we passed this Congressional Review Act. The Senate, in the Democrat-controlled Senate, actually passed it, where two members of the Democrat Party came alongside and acknowledged just how dangerous this ESG investing is. You know, account managers of 401ks and other those that have fiduciary responsibilities should make money for the people that they're working for. And what the Biden administration has done, what other Democrat administrations have done, is they have weaponized every aspect of government against an investment climate and environment that allows our economy to continue to work without picking winners and losers needlessly. You and I have talked many times about energy. This is another example where, you know, when these account managers are choosing other things that may not be as profitable, or in the name of some religion based on climate change, they're actually harming the people that they're working for. This is why we're holding them accountable. The Congressional Review Act does just that on the executive orders that Biden issued. And again, we're going to hold them accountable. He has a choice to make: side with the American people or side with his party's radical leftist climate agenda.
Well, I mean, look, he's trying to point the finger at the oil companies, and you represent probably the richest area for potential oil drilling, arguably in the world. That's the Permian Basin there in Texas. The Biden administration is now quietly revising a federal database that is looking at the number of unused and approved oil permits. It's a lot less than what the president's been talking about. He keeps talking about this 9,000 leases. In fact, it's 6,700, not the 9,000. And I spoke with the CEO of Chevron, Mike Wirth, about that 9,000 leases that the president kept talking about. Why aren't the oil companies taking advantage of all the leases? Here's what Mike Wirth told me. Watch. This was in December.
I don't know anything about this 9,000 lease number. I don't know where it comes from. We don't have anything even approaching a fraction of that. When we get a lease, it just begins a process where we have to acquire a number of permits.
So that's really where the bureaucracy begins, the permitting, Congressman. Are you surprised that the federal government now is quietly revising the number because the 9,000 number came out of nowhere?
Well, it's only taken them 2 years, and we had a field hearing in Midland, Texas, just a couple of weeks ago. 20-plus congressmen and women came down from all over the country, and one of the things we talked about were those leases. And let me give the viewers just a little bit of factual information. it takes between 30 and 50 leases and permits, excuse me, for each lease, each well that is drilled on federal lands, 30 to 50. So if you have 200 wells that are in works that are trying to be drilled, that's 10,000 permits. That's just on federal lands. That doesn't include private lands. So Mr. Worth is correct. The numbers are bogus. It takes a lot more work, and the federal government, once again, in their assault against energy, the very thing that underpins our economy and underpins our national security, they have declared war on. And this is why we're holding them accountable, having field hearings. And I've invited Democrat after Democrat to come with me to the Permian Basin and see what we do. They will be pushing back against this lease number once they do come.
Yeah, well, that's how they stop any oil drilling, by, putting the permitting process so difficult that oil companies walk away. August Pfluger, it's always a pleasure to talk with you. Thanks very much for your leadership on this. We'll be watching, Congressman. Thank you.